These new weapons are part of a non-lethal program funded by the Pentagon to the tune of $41 million a year. The object is to take control without taking lives. On the battlefield of the future, weapons like these will have earned their place, with the proviso that traditional weapons are on hand to return lethal fire if soldiers' lives are at stake. More than any previous conflict, the Allied victory in the Gulf showcased the deadly efficiency of high-tech weapons. But in the end, it wasn't air superiority or even ground power alone that won the war. It was also information. The coalition used its immense superiority in communications technology to crushing effect. The Allied forces monitored the conflict from every possible angle, and they crippled the Iraqis when they took out their communication system. In future wars, communication systems will move higher and higher in the target priority. But instead of smart bombs and missiles, the attackers will launch devastating attacks on command and control systems from the inside. The potential result, wars won cleanly, remotely, and without loss of life.
18 degrees overlay, looks good.
This is the face of traditional warfare. Highly disciplined manpower, armed with mechanical weapons, the product of industrialized society. It is second-wave warfare. According to futurist Alvin Toffler, it swept aside the first wave, agrarian culture and primitive weapons.
The way a people fight is closely related to the way they make wealth. And when you had the industrialization of the economy, when we went from peasant labor to mass production, you also got mass destruction. What is happening now is the introduction of third wave warfare, in which knowledge, information superiority is the key to victory.
Third wave warfare is the new catchphrase of modern military philosophy taught at the U.S. National Defense University. Fort Leslie J. McNair is the oldest continuously manned defense post in the United States. Here, the brightest and the best learn the tactics for future war. This is a different breed of soldier, the information warrior. They're planning strategy and dealing with philosophical issues raised by a dimension of warfare never encountered before: cyberspace.
The possibility is there for a country to reach into another country and plant a logic bomb in the, let's call it the military command control system of country B. Is that a hostile act? That one country might react with deadly force against the first one.
These info war officers are grappling with the intangible battle space of the future.
Cyberspace is not the United States, it's not some other country. It transcends at the same time that it integrates all of these countries.
A conflict where the battle lines are no longer clearly defined can result in enormous headaches for future war strategists. Imagine this: a subversive individual or group inserts a strain of destructive software into a network switching center. The result? Progressive failure of the communication system. No calls, no faxes, no email. Computer logic bombs, bits of rogue software planted in electronic control systems, begin to chew up data. Transport networks gridlock. Within hours, the financial institutions collapse. Their funds zeroed out by a stroke of the keyboard. 24 hours later, mass panic takes over. An information drought feeds wild and fearful rumors. There's no access to cash and no escape. Such a surprise attack would be the electronic equivalent of Pearl Harbor. It may sound far-fetched, but it is all quite possible. Take the internet. 40 million users can access it through any phone line in the world. 95% of all military communications go the same way. If civilian electronic communication systems are vulnerable, they raise the possibility of even more frightening scenarios. military electronic infiltration.
Take care.
The US government admits to more than 300 attacks on its computer systems every month. The real figure may be more like 20,000. Here, in secret bunkers of the Pentagon, they're facing up to a new peril. Behind this door, one of America's most sensitive and secure defense response teams keeps watch for cyber terrorists. On the principle that it takes a thief to catch a thief, these operatives have learnt the tricks of the hacker trade. Their mission, to hunt down and destroy viruses and data bugs that threaten to cripple the government systems of the world's most powerful nation. This is the Pentagon's Automated System Security Incident Support Team. And here, the battle has already begun. In their first 18 months of operation, the team barely had time to draw breath. They responded to more than 28,000 calls for assistance from US military systems around the globe. The intrusion detection system looks for sweeps when someone is trying to probe several systems. The clues are several login attempts from the same source. They can capture the exact keyboard strokes of the violation. That tells them how the hacker penetrated the system and what data the electronic interloper saw. Based on this information, the common operational picture simulates the tracks of the attacker's activities until it locates the source to within a few blocks. Soon, they'll be able to locate the exact phone socket. While cyber wars take over from the bludgeoning battlegrounds of traditional warfare, psychological warriors are bringing cutting-edge technology to a more insidious weapon: propaganda.
We're moving toward third wave modes of warfare, which apply information, knowledge, intelligence, strategy, deception, media, the use of the media for managing the perception, the adversary's perception of the battle.
Your only safety is across the border. هذا هو المكان where the bombing and starvation.
They call it psychological operations, or PSYOPs, and it's the modern-day equivalent of Lord Haw-Haw. This military C-130 transport plane, fitted with mysterious extras, can beam overt, demoralizing messages into the heart of enemy territory. It's the world's most advanced airborne television and radio station, a secret addition to the InfoWar armory. Until recently, this operation was totally classified, what the military calls black. This is the first time they've allowed a camera crew to record their highly sensitive capabilities. They are pirates of the airwaves, able to infiltrate media channels around the world. They can broadcast on AM, FM, military radio frequencies, and most television systems. A trailing wire 180 meters long broadcasts FM signals, while another drops a similar distance from the belly of the aircraft and transmits AM frequencies. Several planes make up the PSYOPs unit called Commando Solo. They can be refueled in the air, giving them virtually unlimited range.